and welcome to Redeemer 411. Today is Friday, October 21st, and as you know, I am Pastor Carney, and to my left, playing the part of Phil Kuhn today is Billy Brinkerhoff, because Phil has left the building. So, Billy...
He's out of town.
He's out of town. Welcome to in front of the camera.
Yes.
Instead of behind the camera.
Not my favorite spot.
Now, I offered to switch places with you, and you said no. So, but we are here to take a look at a lot of things, Billy. So why don't you tell us, kick it off. Tell us what we're doing.
We're going to be looking at this Sunday's message.
Yeah.
And then the next month has some great services coming up. We look at some special items for the weekend. We have information about LittleSteps, and then we'll talk about the good news, and we'll finish up with prayers and some announcements.
And probably a whole lot more knowing us.
Yeah, we'll wander. James, brother and martyr.
Ooh, yes.
James has some powerful statements in his epistle.
Mm-hmm.
What will you be examining this Sunday?
Well, I'm taking a different twist on that.
Yes.
Because this week is a day celebrated in the church year for James, brother and martyr.
Yes.
And so I initially did a sermon outline theme on who James is and about his life. And I thought, well...
Sort of a lecture.
Yeah, it turned into a lecture. And I thought, how can we spunk this up?
Yeah.
And so what I did was I said, let me do it in the first person narrative.
Neat.
So I am going to preach as if I'm James, the brother of Jesus and martyr. So
nice.
It's going to be a neat sermon about his life told through James.
Nice.
And I bet you there's going to be some things where people will listen and go, I never knew that.
Yeah.
And one of the things, if I can give a little glimpse into it, one of the things is people think that, well, let me back up. Since James is a common name in the Bible, people get confused of which James we're talking about.
Yeah.
The one who wrote the epistle, the brother of Jesus, the son of Alphaeus.
Brother John.
Brother John. Mm-hmm. And so I'll answer that question in the sermon too.
Right.
So yeah, good things.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right, one of the verses that we'll be looking at this Sunday is from James chapter 1, verse 2. Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds.
And you know why that is? Because James, well, let's just say James died a violent death.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's an interesting verse.
To lead into next Sunday.
Yeah. I'm not going to give too much more away because I want people to come and worship either in person or online.
Right.
And listen to James preach.
Pastor played a little trick on me today. He falsely got my hopes up. I thought some of the new playground equipment might have arrived, but alas, no. It was just the new light fixtures for the rooms in the daycare. The UPS guy had dropped them off, and they took up the entire welcome center.
And you know what also was delivered? There was a one with the church name on it from Concordia, which is an upstairs box.
Uh-huh.
And so I opened it up. Guess what was inside?
Advent series?
No, close.
Close.
The new Advent candles.
Oh, wow.
For the Advent
Excellent.
wreath. So now we have 3 blue and 1 pink.
Nice.
So maybe as we get more toward Advent, one of your 3 questions can be, what do we go from purple to blue?
And then also, what's with that pink candle? Yeah. So, however, as the weather continues to trend towards cold, the kids will be spending less and less time on the playground. So it's a great time for that new playground equipment to show up.
Yeah, really. Yeah, so I'm laughing. Yeah.
That means the teachers will be finding new and creative ways to burn off some of that energy indoors.
Well, one way is Wednesday mornings at the chapel.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
special delivery.
Special delivery indeed. Yeah. I have a blast with that. And it is so much fun being with those kids on Wednesdays, and I'm having a blast. I feel more and more like Kai every Wednesday.
You sound more and more like him every Wednesday. I need to get you a little puppet that dances around with you.
Yeah, I really feel more like Kai. usually our quilters group makes quilts, and they send them to various missions.
Yeah.
Last year, I believe they went to the seminary here in Fort Wayne.
They've gone to the seminary for a couple of years.
And this year, they made, I think, 70 of them to go to the daycare preschool, or as I call it, the DCPS, the daycare preschool. And the children in our daycare preschool would be blessed with these beautiful quilts that our quilters have put together.
Now, will these quilts be going home with the children, or are they just for in the daycare?
Well, I spoke too soon. I think they're going home with the kids.
Okay.
I don't know for sure. That's a Tammy question.
Yes,
I think they're going home.
Okay.
But
next week's update.
Before they go to the kids.
Yes.
Sunday morning, they'll be spread out on the pews, as you normally have seen. And during the worship, I'm going to have a special moment to talk about them and invite Kathy up at 9 o'clock and Donna at 11:15 to talk about the quilts. And then we're going to pray over them, that to thank God for those who made them, and then to bless those who received them.
Yeah.
So when you come to worship this Sunday, you'll see quilts all over the pews.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Please don't grab one and take a nap. They're there for the kids. But
it's always tempting.
Yeah, it is. So ladies, thank you. Thank you on behalf of the kids in the DCPS. And I know they'll be blessed with these quilts. And Sunday morning, we will dedicate them and ask God to bless them and bless those who have received them. So it's going to be a special Sunday. It really is.
This Sunday also brings the start of your newest Bible study, which is not happening.
No, it's not. And you know why? There's a good reason for that, Billy.
Yes.
The Bible study we're doing now on the 6 chief parts of the Catechism, the people are really getting into. And the last 3 are Office of the Keys, Baptism, and Communion. And the people are really diving into, especially baptism, and now into communion. And a lot of questions. Yeah. Well, I grew up and we had this in our church, or this past Sunday. You know, one of the questions was, how come I see some pastors use a baptismal shell and you don't?
Yeah.
And questions like that.
Yeah.
And they've been really neat. And now we're moving into communion. So you can probably guess there's a lot of communion questions.
Sure.
You know, like here at Redeemer, we have now started using gluten-free wafers.
Yes.
And for a lot of people.
Also grape juice.
And grape juice.
Yes.
And a lot of people are saying, gluten-free wafers. First off, I didn't know they made them. And second of all they biblical? Yeah. Well, questions like that. And it's been really fun, really neat, really awesome. And so it's taking a little bit longer, which is fine, which is great. And so we'll probably another week or 2 with this and then move into it. I can tell a quick story. Last night, the kids took a test.
Yes.
And one of the kids had a question. And I just sat down to rest my legs. Just sat down and hand goes up. And I said, really? And he said, yeah. And Blake happened to be walking me through to go to Bible study.
Yes.
And I said, Blake, you want to take this one? And he went, okay.
Okay.
And he walked over and he said, I have a question this one here. And Blake actually said, you really don't know that answer? And he said, no. And he says, even I know that answer. But the thing is, Blake did not give him the answer.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so.
No, well.
Yeah, so Blake, you're awesome. You know that. But yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, so do one of.
All right, so your Numbers Bible study will be on hold for a little bit. We won't go into what that's about. So we'll just move on to what's coming up tomorrow.
Wow, tomorrow I am looking forward to it for 2 reasons.
Yes.
Number one, it's going to be back in the 70s.
Yes.
This cold weather.
I'm not happy.
Yeah, well, I am.
Yeah, I know.
This cold weather, this white Satan's dandruff that came down out of the sky this past week. The temperature's in the 30s at best in the morning.
You see, I was hoping to get some skiing around Thanksgiving.
You better go water skiing. Ain't going to be snow skiing, buddy. But the second thing I'm excited for is hopefully I will have a s'more. Which I haven't had for years. And if you want a s'more, if you want a hot chocolate, if you want a bonfire Saturday night, I know exactly where you can find all 3. Because tomorrow is the youth group hot chocolate hayride fundraiser. And as I said, there's going to be a bonfire at your place. There's going to be s'mores and more. Yeah. S'mores and more. And looking forward to it. And the time is what, Billy?
It is from 4 to 8 p.m. Okay. So we'll start at about 4 and we'll loosely end around 8. I mean, you don't have to stay that long. You can stay a little longer if you're having a great time. But the hot chocolate.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard about this, but during our youth time on Monday night, we tried out one of the recipes.
M&M?
Oh, no, it wasn't the M&M. It was pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin pie hot chocolate.
Wow.
Had actual pumpkin in it.
Really?
Fantastic.
I might forego my M&M one and go with the pumpkin.
The M&M is on the menu.
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
I'll be there.
We do have that coming up, but the pumpkin, I can say, is delightful.
Wow. So come on out and join myself, and Donna's going to be there too, and maybe some great kids. Don't know yet.
Yes.
But come on out to the Brink of Hops between 4 and 8. If you don't know how to get there, what's the quickest way?
They could probably just text me or even you.
Yeah.
Those numbers will show up on your screen. If you need directions or if you get lost, I'm just south of the high school on 15, so it's not that hard. But if you need directions, text one of us and we'll get you the address.
And we'll get you there. So looking forward to it. Tomorrow, 4 to 8.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the next month, we have a few special services in store for us. Let's take a moment and break them down. What do you say?
Let's go.
All right. So first up
is this Sunday.
Next Sunday.
Well, this Sunday.
This Sunday. Let's
go backwards for a second.
James, okay.
It is Quilt Sunday.
Ooh, yeah.
And then the next Sunday is Reformation Sunday.
Go through that service a little bit. I know you've got the 3 solos in there as a theme. What else for that service can we expect?
Well, so many people have asked over the years, why do we still celebrate Reformation Sunday for?
Yeah.
Is it really still important?
We seem to have gone way beyond the breaking of the church.
It was important back then when Luther nailed his theses on the bulletin board. And, I get that maybe 100 years later. I get that maybe 1,000 years later. But today, is it really that important today?
Sure.
And the answer is yes, it is.
All right.
And so that Sunday, I'm going to be taking a look at why is it so important even today in 2022. So, yeah.
Fantastic. I like that. So then after Reformation, so the following Sunday is All Saints Day.
Wow. That's a
powerful service.
That's a powerful service. And that's a service where we take a moment of our worship and we give thanks to God for the life and the love of those who've died in the faith in the past year. And we speak the names in worship. And we're not praying for those who died because as Lutherans, we don't pray for the dead, but we remember them.
Right.
And it's a time for the family to reflect and to remember the love and the life of their dear ones that are now in glory. So it's a very, I don't want to say solemn, but it's a very, very spiritual, very deep, and very meditative service.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
and if I might, could I ask for you to give us a definition of saint? I know there's a lot of confusion out there about what the word saint might mean. Oh, this is a special person from history that has to be, go through some committee and denoted as a saint. Or, it's just the term for someone that does good deeds. What is our
Well, let me ask you
saint?
a question.
Yes.
Are you using the word with a capital S or a small s?
Oh, well, this would be All Saints Day, so this is a capital S. Yes.
Well, it's capital in the name,
right?
But it's small s saints.
Okay.
And the reason I say that, or I asked him that trick question, is because the capital S deals with the saints like St. Peter, St. Thomas, St. Matthew, St. John.
Okay.
We are all saints.
Yes, we are.
All those who believe in Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior are saints. And Luther was the one, bringing Reformation, Luther was the one that says we are saints yet sinners. And so we are small s saints. And so I've always wanted on a Sunday morning to pass out name tags, the old-fashioned peel off and stick on.
Hello, my name is.
Yeah, I've always wanted to hand them out. It says, hello, my name is, and ask people to put on St. Billy.
Nice.
And St. Joe and St. Mary and St. And get people to think that they are saints.
They are saints, yeah.
Yeah. So saints are the ones that Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and all the saints. But you guys are also a saint. So yeah.
Okay, very good. After All Saints Day, the following Sunday is Stewardship Sunday.
Stewardship Sundays.
Sunday. Well, yes, there will be multiple Sundays where we're going through that, where you'll have your last year's pledge envelopes returned to you, the new ones distributed, and then collected. And that collection is on Stewardship Sunday. And on that Sunday, people will come up during the offering.
Yeah. Since you know more about that, explain, because you've done it many years now here. Can you explain what that box is sitting up on the credence table to the left?
Just that little box there holds all of those envelopes. Now, when you fill out your pledge card and put it into the envelope, come up, put it up front, the financial director or the financial secretary will collect them, take them, put them in the credence, put them on in that box on the credence table, pray over them, close the box, and walk away. No one ever opens them. No one ever looks at them. No one ever tallies up any numbers. No one looks for any names to say, hey, this person's not giving enough. This is a contract, we'll call it, between you and God. You're saying, God, I've prayed about this. I want to do this much tithing, this much work, this much. This is my goal. And you're going to sign that. And that's, we're all sinners. So we all, need some sort of physical, tangible thing to hold on to. And that is something, it's a practice that we go through here at this church to make our promise to God feel more like a reality. Now, a promise to God is an absolute reality, but this is a way for us sinners to hold on to something. And we put them up there and they stay there for the whole year. No one ever looks at them. No one ever does anything with them. And then on some Sunday before Stewardship Sunday, the financial secretary takes them out and returns them to you. And it gives you an opportunity to open up and go, hey, look at that. I exceeded what I promised. Or I did pretty good. Or hey, maybe I need to try harder next year.
You know what's neat about that, too? If you notice the past maybe 2, 3, 4 months now, I've been taking the plates from the ushers, turning around, saying a quick prayer, and then putting them where they belong. Not where they belong, but putting them on the credence table. Right next to
the envelope.
The envelopes.
It seems sort of, where'd you go?
Where'd you go? So it's the offerings and the pledge cards. So it's kind of neat. And then
after Stewardship Sunday,
Christ the King.
Christ the King Sunday. Why don't you tell us a little about that?
New Year's Eve.
Yes.
Christ the King Sunday is the last Sunday in the church year.
Yes, it is.
And I'm not going to be here that Sunday. Alan is going to be preaching and leading worship. I'm going to be out in Levittown, Pennsylvania.
Fun. So
taking a few days off because then the following week I go in for surgery. I have 4 surgeries coming up.
Yes, you do.
And I'm kind of
bringing the new year.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused with me with the leg problem, standing up, and you sitting down. I haven't quite figured that one out yet, but but I'll be going.
It's a Sammy situation. I was expecting to have to be holding a dog, but he's been pretty good. So
that's all good. But Alan's going to be here and preaching on Christ the King.
Yes.
And that as it hits New Year's Eve in the church year, because then the following Sunday is the first Sunday of Advent. But before we get there, I will be back in town because that Wednesday night,
between those 2 Sundays.
That's right. That Wednesday night is going to be our Thanksgiving Eve service.
Yes, it is.
Now, I came last year, as you know, and I was fairly new at that time. And a lot of people asked me, are we having a Thanksgiving service? And to play the middle of the road guy, I said, well, I'm new here, so I really don't know. Right. Give me a year and I'll figure it out. Yeah. Well, got to be this year, September. And
you've had a year.
People who asked me said, all right, Pastor, what are we doing? And I said, well, I'm new here. Give me time. They said, no, that doesn't fly.
That don't work anymore. Yeah. It's that honeymoon thing we were talking about a couple of weeks. That's over.
It's over. So the good news is we are having a Thanksgiving Eve service.
Right.
Now, I decided on Thanksgiving Eve because I know Thanksgiving morning, a lot of people have family and the cooking and whatnot and type of thing. So Thanksgiving Eve. So Wednesday night at 6 p.m., our normal evening time worship. 6 p.m. on Wednesday evening, Thanksgiving Eve, we're going to gather for worship.
Okay.
And the choir is going to sing. And we'll have communion. So it's going to be a great service just to say thank you, God, for all
Very
these
good.
gifts.
Looking forward to
Yeah,
it.
so Thanksgiving Eve, Wednesday, 6 p.m. And then Advent.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
I
so-
can't believe we're already beginning a new year.
Yeah. And all this is just such good news.
Yes.
And but I'm guessing there's a little bit more good news you got for us, Billy.
Sure. We have some good, I have some good news for you about our great God. He is powerful and he is a mighty God. He's able to do all things and overcome any adversary. There is much to be feared in someone that powerful. But if you have faith in Jesus, there is nothing to be feared.
No.
He understands everything about you. He knows what you're going through. He knows your desires and what you need to become a better person. He is truly gracious in his gentle manner to those that seek to become stronger in their faith in him. In Matthew 12, we are told that he is gentle with the weak, that he does not break a bruised reed or snuff out a smoldering wick. He has opened the door for us, and just that little spark of faith is all that it takes for him to build on it and for us to believe in him. He will lead us and guide us. We may not always like where he leads. Sometimes those struggles are hard, but we can be assured that his love for us will endure forever, and the door that he has opened, no one can shut.
No one. No one. Nothing. Not even us.
Nope.
You know, we're trying to push that door closed, and he's on the other side pushing that door open and saying, it ain't happening.
Yeah.
The only time he shuts that door, say, keep out the devil.
Yep.
Reminds me of that song, I don't know if it was youth group, Sunday school, where it was. Shut the door, keep out the devil. Shut the door, keep the devil in the night. Shut the door. I think Bill Gaither sings that.
Okay.
I think it's a Bill Gaither song, actually. So I might have heard it at the Bill Gaither concert.
All right.
But Google that song, Shut the Door,
Yes.
Keep Out the Devil. Good song. Yeah. But, you know, you're talking about people struggling
Yes.
and bumping into what they believe are closed doors. And we know the old adage, the line, you know, when the door closes, the window opens. And it's true. And, you know, a door, even though you close the door and lock the door, God still is going to get in.
Yes.
You know, you remember after Jesus died in resurrection, those disciples, where were they? In that house.
In that locked room.
In that locked room.
Yeah, they tried
The
to close the
windows-
door and keep everything out. Yep.
Windows are locked. The door is shut and locked, right? Hey, we're
There he
safe.
is.
What happens? There's Jesus. You know, so if you're in a house, not a little house, but if you're in a house and you close the doors, you close the windows, God's with you. So if you're right there struggling right now, let me pray for you. Father, just open up our hearts to know that whenever doors are shut, windows are open, and that even though there are times when we shut the doors and lock the windows and try to keep ourselves away, we know that you break through somehow, some way. We don't know how, but we accept it as truth. And you break through, you break down the doors, you come through the windows, and you come into our lives, and you say, peace, be still. And so, Father, if there are people right now listening to us who have locked the doors, closed the windows, and just shut off from life because of all the problems crushing in on them, remind them that you're right there with them, that you've crashed through those doors, you've gone through the windows, and you're saying to these people, peace, be still. I am God. So, Father, be with them and bless them. And let us all know that you are still in charge of our lives, no matter what happens. And you do pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor.
Yeah. If you feel those doors closing and those windows closing, remember, if Jesus burst through that door and those disciples, he'll burst through your door. Don't worry about it. You're all good.
Yeah.
You're in good hands.
Here are some announcements for the upcoming week. On Monday, the Quilters will meet at 1 p.m. and the Women's Bible Study will meet at 6:30 that evening. The Noon Bible Study meets on Wednesday and the Confirmation class meets at 6 p.m. and the Men's Bible Study meets at 6:30. The Middle Cross practices on Thursday at 5:30. And lastly, don't forget about that collection box over there in Fellowship Hall for the food pantry donations. It's still there for you to drop in non-perishable food items. This collection is in support of the Salvation Army and Combined Community Services food pantries. Thanks for watching. God bless your week.
Before we end,
Yes.
you mentioned confirmation.
Yes, I did.
I'm excited because on confirmation, we're starting a new section, and we begin with Joseph. And I thought, how could I grab these kids' attention with Joseph and do all the lessons that Joseph has to teach us? And I came up with one of my favorite ideas, is that we're going to watch the musical movie,
Yes.
Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, starring Donny Osmond. And the kids are excited. They asked me last week, when are we watching the movie, Pastor?
And that's Wednesday.
And next Wednesday.
Next
so
Wednesday.
we're going to begin looking at Joseph through Donny Osmond and Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor
Interesting.
Dreamcoat. So the kids are excited about it.
Yeah.
And it's going to be good. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Very good.
Well, Billy, Phil, I think we made it through a Redeemer 411 without Phil, but we love him. We miss him.
Yes.
Get back soon, Phil. But enjoy your time off. But come back soon. We miss you. But and I'm sure it's probably warmer where he is than we are, I think.
Probably.
But it's not better with
But
him
not better
there.
for me.
No, it's not better for us. So, well, anyway, this has gone on long enough.
Long enough.
Anyway,
Thank you.
you know what? We're out of here.
God bless.
God bless you.
Thanks again for joining us. If you have any questions about Redeemer, have a topic or interview suggestion, or need to know anything about the church, you can contact the church office at churchoffice@redeemerwarsaw.org,
Pastor Carney at pastor_Carney@redeemerwarsaw.org,
Phil at phil.prevail@gmail.com, or Billy at rlc_it@redeemerwarsaw.org. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Please join us again next week. And until then, may the Lord be with your spirit and grace be with you.
That's all right. Whenever you want to start, this is your lead in. So,
Hi. It's cool. I'm seeing me on camera.
yes, you are. Don't look down there. Look up there. Very good. He just hit Mike.
I just hit Mike. Sorry. Sorry, Mike.